All right, so we're taking a deep dive today into 478 breathing.
Sounds relaxing already.
I know, right? We've got a video script here that walks us through it.
Oh, cool.
And apparently it can really help with calming the mind and dealing with stress.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good for that, bringing a sense of, centeredness and all that.
I could definitely use a bit more of that in my life.
Me too, to be honest.
So, what exactly is this 478 breathing all about?
Well, the name kind of gives it away, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the way you breathe.
Okay, so in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8.
Exactly. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold it for 7, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8.
4, 7, 8. Yeah, it does have a nice rhythm to it.
Right. And those specific counts,
Mm-hmm.
especially that longer exhale, are what really make it work.
I'm curious about that. Why is the exhale so important?
Basically, when you slow down your breathing like that, especially the exhale, it triggers your body's natural relaxation response.
Ah, I see. So it's like telling your body to chill out.
Exactly. It slows down your heart rate, kind of forces you to shift your focus inward.
That makes sense, especially since the script keeps talking about finding a quiet space and relaxing your body.
Right, like setting the stage for calmness.
Yeah. They even suggest things like placing your hands on your knees or at your sides.
Like assuming a posture of relaxation, I guess.
Totally. It's like your body's position is sending a signal to your mind to calm down.
Yeah, there's a real connection there.
So it's not just about the breathing, it's about your whole state of being.
Exactly. And all of that plays into how effective the 478 technique can be.
I'm kind of picturing myself in this peaceful setting now.
Like the ones they describe in the script.
Yeah, like waves on a beach or a sunrise over a forest.
Very zen.
Totally. Do you think those visuals actually help, or is it just, window dressing?
No, I think they really make a difference. Our senses play a huge role in how we experience things.
So adding calming visuals can actually enhance the relaxation response.
Exactly. It's like creating a multi-sensory experience for your mind to really unwind.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about the breathing, but about creating a whole environment that supports relaxation.
Absolutely. And that's something they seem to emphasize a lot in the script.
Yeah, and speaking of the script, I noticed they lay out the technique in a really structured way, like a guided practice.
Like it's super accessible, right? Even for people who are new to this kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. Like a step-by-step walkthrough of how to do it.
And those visual cues, like the ripples on a lake or the candlelight, are actually really clever.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering about those.
They're strategically placed to help you stay focused and present during the practice.
Ah, so it's like they're gently guiding you back if your mind starts to wander.
Exactly. They're not just pretty pictures. They're actually serving a purpose.
I like that. They're kind of like little anchors to keep you in the moment.
Precisely. And I think that's a really important aspect of whole 478 technique.
And you know what else I noticed? There's this point in the script where they acknowledge that your mind might wander, like it's totally normal.
Oh yeah, the midpoint reminder. Right?
Yes, it's like they're saying, hey, it happens to everyone, just gently bring your attention back to your breath.
It's so reassuring, and it really emphasizes that it's a practice, not a performance.
I love that it takes the pressure off. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about just doing it.
Exactly. And I think that's really important, especially for beginners.
I totally agree. So the script walks you through it step by step, offers visual cues to keep you focused, and even acknowledges that it's okay if your mind wanders.
It's a very well-designed guide.
And speaking of guidance, I noticed something interesting about how the instructions are given.
Oh, what's that?
As the practice goes on, the instructions become less frequent. There's more silence between the breathing cues.
Ah, you noticed that, huh?
Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
Absolutely. It's all about empowering you to internalize the rhythm and eventually practice it independently.
So it's like training wheels for your breath.
I love that analogy.
You start with the guidance, and then as you become more comfortable, you can ride solo.
That's a perfect way to put it. And it makes so much sense.
It totally does. And it ties in perfectly with the video's outro message, where it encourages viewers to revisit the practice anytime they need it.
Right, because by then you've hopefully internalized the rhythm enough to do it on your own.
Exactly. So they give you the tools and the support to eventually become self-sufficient.
And that's really the ultimate goal, isn't it?
It is. To empower people to take control of their own well-being.
And the 478 technique is a fantastic tool for doing just that.
I'm really impressed with how well thought out this whole script is.
Me too. They've really considered all the different elements that go into creating a truly effective relaxation experience.
And it's all built around this one simple breathing technique.
It's amazing how powerful something so simple can be.
I know. It makes me want to ditch this microphone and go try it out right now.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe we can do a little practice session after this.
I'm down, but before I totally zone out, I'm curious to hear a bit more about the science behind all of this.
Oh, you mean like how controlled breathing actually triggers that relaxation response we were talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I'm all ears.
All right, well, buckle up because we're about to get a little nerdy.
Bring on the science. I'm ready.
All right, so it all comes down to your nervous system, right? You've got two main branches, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay, I'm vaguely familiar with those terms, but remind me what they do again.
No worries. So think of the sympathetic nervous system as your fight or flight mode. You know, it kicks in when you're stressed or in danger.
Right, like when you encounter a bear in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. Your heart rate goes up. You start breathing faster. Your body's basically preparing you to either fight or run away.
Adrenaline pumping.
Exactly. Now, the parasympathetic nervous system is the opposite. It's all about rest and digest. It helps you calm down and conserve energy.
Ah, so it's like the chill out system.
Precisely. And when you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your heart rate slows down, your breathing becomes deeper and more relaxed. You know, your whole body just chills out.
Sounds lovely.
Right. And this is where the 4-7-8 breathing technique comes in.
Okay, so how does the breathing actually activate that parasympathetic nervous system?
Well, it's all about that extended exhale we talked about.
Magical exhale.
Exactly. When you breathe out slowly for that count of 8, you're actually stimulating the vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve.
Yep. It's a long nerve that runs from your brain all the way down to your abdomen.
Wow, so it's kind of like a major highway in your body.
Exactly. And the vagus nerve is a key player in your parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay, so how does breathing out slowly stimulate the vagus nerve?
Well, it's a bit complicated, but basically, that slow exhale creates a slight increase in pressure within your chest cavity.
Interesting.
And that pressure change gently stimulates the vagus nerve, sending a signal up to your brain that it's time to relax.
So it's like a direct line to my chill out button?
Exactly. And the more you practice the 4-7-8 technique, the more you're training your vagus nerve to respond to that slow exhale.
So it's like strengthening a muscle.
Precisely. And the more you strengthen that vagus nerve response, the easier it becomes to access that relaxation response anytime you need it.
That's amazing. I never realized how powerful something as simple as breathing could be.
It's pretty incredible, right? Your breath is always with you, and you can use it to influence your state of being in such a profound way.
Mind blown. I'm definitely feeling more relaxed just thinking about it.
And the more you practice, the more you'll notice those subtle shifts in your body and mind.
I bet. Like you might even find yourself reaching for this technique in moments of stress throughout your day.
Absolutely. It's like having a secret weapon against that afternoon slump or a pre-meeting freakout.
I love it. A portable relaxation tool.
Exactly. And you know what's even cooler?
What's that?
The potential benefits of this technique go way beyond just relaxation.
Oh, tell me more.
Some people find that it helps them focus better, improves their sleep, even reduces cravings.
Wow, really? That's amazing.
It's true. There's a whole world of potential benefits waiting to be discovered.
I'm starting to think this deep dive was a really good idea.
Me too. It's like we've uncovered a hidden treasure.
I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for the 4-7-8 technique.
Me too. It's such a simple yet powerful tool.
Simple yet powerful. I like that.
And you know, what's really great about this particular script,
What's that?
it doesn't just tell you what to do, it really sets you up for success.
Oh, how so?
Well, they emphasize the importance of finding a quiet space, creating a calming environment, really setting the stage for relaxation.
Yeah, it's like they're holding your hand through the whole process.
Exactly. And they even offer those visual cues to help you stay focused.
And remind you that it's okay if your mind wanders.
Right. They really thought of everything.
This script is like a relaxation blueprint.
It is. And the best part is it's just a starting point.
What do you mean?
Well, the 4-7-8 technique is something you can truly make your own.
That's interesting.
You can experiment with different sensory elements, find what works best for you.
So it's like a recipe that you can tweak and personalize.
Exactly. Maybe you like lavender essential oil. Maybe you prefer chamomile.
Or maybe you want to add some nature sounds to the mix.
Exactly. It's all about finding what resonates with you.
I love that. It's like creating your own little relaxation ritual.
Precisely. And as you explore and experiment, you might even discover benefits beyond just relaxation.
Like those you mentioned earlier. Improved focus, better sleep, things like that.
Exactly. It's a journey of self-discovery.
I'm getting the sense that there's a lot more to uncover beneath the surface of this simple breathing technique.
There really is. It's like a gateway to a whole world of well-being.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And that's the beauty of it, It's deceptively simple, but it has the potential for such a profound impact.
Simple yet powerful.
Exactly.
Well, dear listener, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling incredibly inspired right now.
Me too.
Ready?
Ditch the script and just breathe.
Almost. But before we do, I think it's time to share some key takeaways with our listener.
Yes, absolutely. So to our listener out there, what are the most important things to remember about the 4-7-8 breathing technique?
Well, first and foremost, remember that your breath is a powerful tool.
It's always with you, and you can use it to shift your state of being in an instant.
It's like having a built-in relaxation button.
And the 4-7-8 technique gives you a simple, accessible framework for tapping into that power.
It's like a user manual for your breath.
I love that.
And don't forget the importance of setting the scene.
Creating a calming environment with those extra sensory touches can really enhance the experience.
It's like creating a little oasis for your mind to unwind.
Exactly. And finally, remember that it's a practice, not a performance.
It's okay if your mind wanders. Just gently bring it back to your breath.
Be kind to yourself. It takes time and patience.
Beautifully put. Self-compassion is key.
Absolutely.
So, to our listener out there, are you ready to give this a try? I know I am. I can practically smell the lavender already.
Lavender, that's a good one.
Right. But, it got me thinking.
About what?
Well, the script focuses so much on the visuals. The waves and the candlelight and all that.
It's very visually focused.
But we experience the world through more than just sight, right?
That's true. We've got all those other senses just waiting to be tapped into.
Exactly. Like, what about sound or smell, even touch? Could those senses play a role in the 4-7-8 experience too?
That's an interesting thought. I've never really considered that before.
Right. Like, would incorporating those other senses make the practice even more powerful?
It's definitely possible. I mean, think about it. Certain sounds or smells can instantly change your mood.
Totally. Like the sound of rain always makes me feel relaxed.
Exactly. Or the smell of freshly baked cookies. That's always a good one.
Ooh, yeah. Or the feeling of a soft blanket.
See? You're already coming up with ideas.
Yeah. So are you saying we could, weave those elements into our 4-7-8 practice?
Absolutely. There's no reason why you have to stick to just visuals.
It's like designing your own relaxation ritual.
Exactly. You get to create a multisensory experience that's tailored to your specific needs.
I love that. Okay, so I'm picturing it now. Dimmed lights, some calming music, playing maybe a diffuser with some essential oils going.
So it's like a recipe for relaxation.
And maybe even a cup of herbal tea.
Don't forget the tea. That's essential.
It is. Okay, I'm convinced I need to go create this relaxation oasis right now.
Well, hold on a second. We've still got some deep diving to do.
Oh, right. You're right. I got a little carried away there.
No worries. It happens to the best of us.
So back to the science. You mentioned the relaxation response earlier and how the 4-7-8 breathing technique can trigger it.
Yeah, it's all about that vagus nerve stimulation.
Right. The vagus nerve. Can you remind me what that is again?
Sure. It's a long nerve that runs from your brain all the way down to your abdomen, and it plays a key role in your parasympathetic nervous system.
Ah, the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the one that helps us chill out, right?
Exactly. It's the opposite of your sympathetic nervous system, which is the one that gets activated when you're stressed or in danger.
Right. Fight or flight versus rest and digest.
Exactly. And the vagus nerve is like the communication highway between your brain and your parasympathetic nervous system.
So when we do the 4-7-8 breathing, we do that long, slow exhale. We're basically sending a message to our vagus nerve to tell our body to relax.
You got it. That slow exhale creates a slight increase in pressure within your chest cavity.
Okay, I remember you mentioning that before.
And that pressure change gently stimulates the vagus nerve, which then sends a signal up to your brain that it's time to relax.
It's like a chain reaction of chill.
I like that. A chain reaction of chill. I'm going to use that.
You steal it. It's all yours.
Thanks. But yeah, the more you practice the 4-7-8 technique, the more you're training your vagus nerve to respond to that slow exhale.
So it's like strengthening a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Exactly. And the stronger that vagus nerve response, the easier it becomes to access that relaxation response anytime you need it.
That's amazing. So basically, we're all walking around with this built-in relaxation button.
We are. We just need to learn how to press it.
And the 4-7-8 breathing technique is the key.
It's one of them, for sure.
I'm telling you, this deep dive has been a game changer.
I know, right? Who knew breathing could be so powerful?
I'm starting to think we should do these deep dives on breathing techniques more often.
I'm down for that, as long as we get to create our relaxation oasis afterward.
Deal. But before we completely zen out, I think our listener is waiting for some key takeaways.
Oh, right, you're right. We can't leave them hanging.
So to our listener out there, what are the most important things to remember about the 4-7-8 breathing technique?
Well, first and foremost, remember that your breath is your superpower.
It's always with you, and you can use it to change how you feel in an instant.
Like a magic wand for your mood.
Love it. And the 4-7-8 technique gives you a simple framework for wielding that magic wand.
It's like a spell for relaxation.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of setting the scene.
Creating a calming environment with all those extra sensory touches can make a huge difference.
It's like building a relaxation fortress. Nothing can penetrate those walls of chill.
I love that image. A relaxation fortress.
Feel free to use it.
Thanks. And finally, remember that it's a practice.
It's okay if your mind wanders, just gently guide it back to your breath.
And don't be too hard on yourself if you don't feel like a Zen master after your first try.
It takes time and patience.
Exactly. Be kind to yourself and enjoy the journey.
So to our listener out there, what are you waiting for? Go forth and breathe. All right, so we've explored the science, we've unpacked the script, and we've even added some of our own little twists.
It's been quite the journey.
It has. And, it's really got me thinking about all the different ways we can incorporate the 4-7-8 technique into our lives.
Oh, absolutely. The possibilities are endless, really.
Like, it doesn't have to be this big formal practice, You could do a few rounds before a meeting or in the middle of a stressful day.
Exactly. It's like a little pocket of calm you can access anytime, anywhere.
I love that. A pocket of calm.
Feel free to steal it.
Thanks. But yeah, it's really empowering to know that we have this tool at our disposal.
It is. And it's so simple, anyone can do it.
No special equipment required, just your breath.
Exactly. And a little bit of intention.
That's key. So to our listener out there, what are some final thoughts you'd like to leave them with?
Well, I think the most important takeaway is that your breath is your ally.
It's always there for you, ready to support you, no matter what you're going through.
And the 4-7-8 technique is just one way to tap into that power.
There are so many different breathing techniques out there, but this one is a great place to start.
It's simple, it's effective, and it's easy to learn.
And once you've mastered it, the possibilities are endless.
You can use it to manage stress, improve your sleep, even enhance your creativity.
The breath is truly a magical thing.
It is, and it's something we often take for granted.
So true. So let this be a reminder to all of us to breathe deeply and appreciate the power of this amazing gift.
Beautifully said.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the 4-7-8 breathing technique.
It's been a pleasure exploring this with you.
Likewise. And to our listener, thank you for joining us on this journey.
We hope you found it informative and inspiring.
And most importantly, we hope you'll give the 4-7-8 technique a try and experience its power for yourself.
Until next time, happy breathing.
And may you find pockets of calm wherever you go.